Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We've got our first Super Bowler smash of the March season, and yeah, I've just waited for a few days so that we can get some good bases to show you guys some different attacks on. And yeah, we have the new Super Bowler level as well, so this is going to be really good. Here's what I've got on my heroes for their pets as well as their equipments, so you can just have that for reference. The army link will be in the description as always, and yeah, let's just get into the attacks. First base over here, we've got a box base, and I'm sure people have seen many times. And usually if you're a regular watcher, you probably know that what I try to recommend on box bases are some kind of approach from the far end like this, or some kind of approach from the side of the base like this, or some approach where we have maybe a queen charge going on the town hall, and then we try to join in with the bowlers as well after that. But if you try to see over here, right, like let's just analyze where the damage is kind of concentrated. We can see that there is most of the damage located on this side of the base, and honestly that's where you should really be focusing your bowlers on. So let's just keep that in mind. So try to see, like, if you have to approach from like this angle over here from the far end of the base, it's going to be so difficult for you to be able to reach a town hall, very honestly. And it's not going to be easy to even get like a flame flinger on the town hall because there's 5 builder huts in the area, so that is not feasible at all. And even if you get like a jump over here, maybe all you can place a jump to is like this much. You'll still have the town hall for the very end, and it's just too risky. You could easily get a 1-star. Let's just think about, like, now from the side over here, you can obviously see, like, this is a very broad edge, and we have an open corner over here, so it's going to be difficult to get a funnel. And once again, if you see, like, we have this isolated area of damage, and we have this other completely concentrated packet of damage, and once again, a very isolated town hall. It could be a little difficult, so I would not exactly recommend it on this base just because of this open corner over here. So that just leaves one option that we can talk about, which is the queen charge onto town hall, followed by the bowlers right beside. But as I was saying, like, a lot of damage is on this side of the base over here. So even if I get like 1 wall break over here and I get 2 wall breaks over here, like, I would need literally 2 wall breaks to go perfectly over here so that I can jump over here. It is just very risky, and I still would not recommend that. Like, it's just so many things can easily go wrong, especially with the poison towers also over here. If you lose your wall breakers and this wall does not open, you're not going to get access into most of the damage on the back end of the base. So I'm going to show you some new ways to use your super bowlers, and what we're actually going to do is we're going to just abuse the fact that a lot of the damage is located on this half of the base, and we're going to completely target that area with our bowlers first. So we're going to go for a very simple funnel over here, where since we've decided that we want to approach from this side to deal with this entire area of damage, all we need to do is just funnel these little bits out, right? So I'm going to have a very simple funnel where I just use the ward and the flame flinger over here, and I'm just going to speed it up, this starting a little bit, because this is one of the most basic beginnings that are there for Smash. And yeah, so I've just done that, and you may have noticed I've also already used 1 wall breaker over here. So regular watchers of my channel may also know that sometimes I like to use my queen separately away from the smash, just to use her as a funneling tool. But over here you can already see I'm using the flame finger to funnel rather than the queen, and it's a good option to use the flame finger over here, because just sending my queen over here to funnel is not a good idea. She's going to literally die as soon as she starts fighting the enemy queen. So over here the funnel is set. We're just following up with archers and the yeti behind the flame flinger, just to make sure that there's no buildings left over at all. And yeah, we're just going to push our smash right through. Notice, like, it's such a clean funnel. Like, even though I have not broken this wall right over here, just because the funnel is so strong, right, these guys have nowhere else to go except beat through this wall. I believe my 3rd wall breaker like died on the way while traveling to this wall, but that is the point of having such a good funnel. Sometimes they literally have no option except to literally go to the town hall. And look at what we have over here. I haven't sent my queen with my smash at all. I have sent my queen separately just so that she can go and get the town hall all by herself. And what that does is I can just very easily place my jump right over here and not have to worry about the town hall at all, because this is literally the last area that the bowlers are going to have to worry about. Look at that. And I still have all of my spells ready with one last rage as well to use on these guys, but no problem. Like those bowlers, those bouncers are just so good with those rage spells. It's nothing can stop them. Look at that. I didn't even need this last rage. This base is already done. I've literally deployed my royal champion at the very end. Yeah, it's just way too easy now once you understand that base identification. So play around with your bowlers quite a bit. Don't feel like you need to always use every single hero with your bowler smash. Identify the pathing and identify the overall value of your heroes, I guess. So I very easily understood that if I just use my warden ability in this area, it doesn't matter how my bowlers really split. I don't really need my queen for the extra damage. Just having the king as the tank in front is more than enough for them. And sometimes that's all you honestly need. Like the bowlers, especially now with the new level, they didn't even need a new level, I'm not gonna lie. Literally, like this is just way too easy for them now. So yeah, that's one triple for us. We'll move on to the next one. Alright, next base is another box base, and this is a very common box base. I'm sure you guys may have seen some cracks on this where we used to abuse the king gauntlet bug, but now that the update has come out and that thing has been patched, I'm still going to show you that because we have the new bowler level, these guys are unstoppable. Just get the right crack and there's nothing that's going to really stop you. So this is one of the exception kind of box bases, I would say. Once again, just consider the three different approaches I was talking about, where we try to do a far end entry, one entry from the side of the base, or one entry from the town hall area. So you can obviously see like there are just way too many layers of walls and a lot of closed compartments. They're just going to eat up all of our wall breakers, and even while we're doing that, even if we somehow manage to reach all the way into like this area with our bowlers, look at how much of damage is waiting for you at the end. It's not going to be easy to chew through that. This entire area is going to like make you lose all of your resources very early if you try to do that. It's not really worth it to try to approach an entry from this side. It's just trying to make you get that 1 star by forcing so many walls right at the very beginning. Let's consider this sideways approach. Once again, you can already see like these air defenses are also very well protected. They could chew on your healers while you're stuck in the core, and once again, you don't really have access to all of this damage that's there behind the town hall. No matter what it is, your queen is not going to be able to handle it. Your king could be able to handle that area, but I wouldn't completely depend on it. It is possible. But once again, you just need this very tight funnel. Like there's just so much of trash over here, and maybe you can have like a warden walk over here and maybe a flame flinger over here. Definitely a possibility. But when you realize that, right, like when you start thinking about that approach, like hey, if I put a flame flinger over here, why don't you just go ahead and also see the flame flinger can actually grab all of this value. And once again, if you've been watching my videos regularly, you probably know that I try to give this tip. If your flame finger is going to go to a certain area, try to ensure that your main army, or like for that matter any part of your army, does not go to the same area that your flame finger is going to, because it's just going to be a waste of the value of that siege machine. So keeping that in mind, like your flame finger can literally grab the scatter shot up till this ricochet cannon, and maybe if you're lucky you can even grab that multi inferno. You just need to get one yeti down over here for this mortar. That is all you need. There's nothing else that's going to stop you in this area, and look at the amount of value you're going to get. So we're just going to build up upon that one weakness that's there on this base. And as I have mentioned repeatedly, there's so much of damage over here. So instead of doing the queen charge approach on the town hall, why not just send all of your bowlers directly into the town hall? It sounds completely ridiculous, but sometimes when there's just so much value right beside the town hall, go for it. It's similar to what I do sometimes on some teaser bases when the town hall is not very easily accessible. I just send literally my entire smash into the town hall area, and trust me, this works like a charm. You can see what I'm trying to do with my warden. I'm just trying to trim out this funnel over here, and I'm trying to get the warden to kind of clear this side of things so that the flame flinger remains focused over here as well. And you can even see over here, like, my warden is not even going to the same area my flame flinger is going to. This is so important. So they are managing to independently get that value, and you can see over here I'm literally just going to drop everybody. I've just frozen the X-bow that was there on the warden. I've dropped literally every troop, and once again you can see what I'm trying to do over here. I'm noticing that my smash is going to be taking most of the damage, so why not use my queen on the outside to funnel. She can get some very good value with her frozen arrow on the outside, plus she will continue to walk out over here, and there's just so much of trash all over here. It's just such good value, and because she can shoot over walls, she can actually clear one layer deeper as well to help force your bowlers easily into the core from over here. So just place one jump spell over here, and look at that, we will have access to all of these buildings. What more could you want? Your flame flinger is going to get rid of this area anyway, and your queen with that frozen arrow, she's going to continue literally this entire way. Rather than me talking about it, let me just show you guys. Notice how I've also placed this rage spell very early, just because of the amazing bounce value that you can get with the bowlers. Like, look at that, the entire core is practically gone. It's so silly. Just time that warden ability perfectly right as the town hall explosion is about to go off, and yeah, those guys are gonna remain safe. If you have a maxed out eternal tome, I believe your healers should be able to survive the town hall poison, no problems at all. And look at that, all three bowlers still alive. Healers are also, I think, at half health, which is pretty impressive. And as I was saying, that queen, she is going to survive. Nothing is going to threaten her. The bowlers are taking all the damage. Nothing is going to stop them. And perfect, just perfect. The queen is going to even help with that scatter shot. These bowlers are all healthy. They're going to go into the core. We still have one rage spell left, and that flame finger, as I was saying, like, it's just chipped away at literally all of this. So perfect. And that entire area is gone. We've got the skeleton spell down as well to tank the monolith and the ricochet cannon over there. I believe the ricochet cannon should fall down soon. We've got another wall break to push our queen back out from the scattershot compartment, and look at that, guys. I have not even dropped my royal champion, and my queen is full health with her ability intact. So using her like this with the frozen arrow, it is so good. Usually without the frozen arrow, when I use my queen to funnel like this, she it's very easy for her to take enough damage that such that she just kind of dies. But if you can identify those bases right, where you can use the queen on the outside such that your smash is going to be tanking most of the damage from the heavy core, as long as the queen remains safe and there's not too much of damage on her, maybe one or two defenses, that frozen arrow, it's going to just help her heal more than the amount of damage that she's taking, and she's going to stay alive for a very long time, trust me. And look at that, we didn't even use our royal champion on this one. It just becomes so simple. So give it a try yourself. Another very easy 3-star with the right approach once again that you need to know, and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, third base over here. You're probably thinking, hey, didn't you show us this base for the very first attack that you did? And I'm going to say no. There are a lot of differences on this one. It is very similar to the first one, but you can see that it has actually been changed, and I believe this one was a popular base in Higher Legends in the previous season, that is the February 2024 season. It was adapted for Root Riders, and you can see there's just so many layers of compartments, and now this entire area is like an isolated area that there's no buildings, so there's no reason for the troops to even want to like enter from over here. It is a completely anti-Root Rider base, and it's actually a pretty good one. So you'll probably even notice like we can't do the exact same tricks that we did last time, because, well, if you notice over here, it's just like literally 3 single inferno killers, like 3 things that will just immediately destroy anything that tries to come this way. And notice how the damage distribution is a little bit more compact, a bit more forward in the base. It's not as literally like tight over here. You can see like the damage spread is a little bit higher even towards the entry. So we're going to be forced to use our warden ability very early if we do the same entry that we did kind of like over here. So that's just something that you need to consider. Like, we are not going to be able to protect ourselves too well against this area unless we have a good skeleton spell. So just some small things to consider. I'm not saying it's impossible. You can definitely try out doing the same thing. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult because you're going to face those poison towers early. We don't know what's there in the clan castle. And yeah, there's just a very good damage spread. Like those ricochet cannons especially, they look very scary. So yeah, just very small things to consider. So what I'm going to do in this one is actually, I took some inspiration from the other attack that I experimented with in my previous month, that is Zap Lalo, and I was more so focused on the Sui dive aspect of it, where you kind of use your heroes in isolated areas of the base to get their own independent value. So you'll probably notice over here, there was one thing I'm emphasizing a lot in the very first attack that I did, where these corners are closed now. On that base over there, they were open. So automatically what this does is we can actually get a wall break over here, and this is such a clean entry point. Notice that the diameter of this is roughly the size of one rage, so it's going to be very easy to keep our bowlers raged up throughout the entire thing. And this is much better for us because we will honestly be having good rage value throughout. Like, look at how we can keep chaining the rages throughout these compartments. The path is well defined. There's not too much to worry about once that happens. So all that's left to do is, once again, worry about the funnel. I've already told you guys, like, I'm just trying to enter from over here, because look at the access that we can get once we enter this compartment, right? We will be able to access literally everything that will threaten us except for some of the buildings. So yeah, literally this is literally the entire core. So once you notice that, okay, my bowlers can access all of this, once they enter this white compartment over here, what's left on the base, right? You're probably thinking. So that's where we need to start thinking, okay, now I've got like this entire bucket left, and I've got the town hall left, and it's completely isolated. So now we're going to have to get a little bit fancy, because our bowlers have already done the extreme hard work of taking care of most of the damage on this base. But what do you do about these weird little pockets? So now try to identify which heroes you need. As I was saying in the first attack, you don't need to send both your king and your queen with your smash all the time. Sometimes you can separate them depending on how heavy the damage is, or whether you need your queen to reach over the wall in a specific area with your bowlers such that you can get some value. Just some small things to consider, because the queen has more range. Sometimes you want to send her with the bowlers so that she can reach a particular target on the way and the path that you've decided. Sometimes you decide that there's just so much of damage, like over here there is so much of damage. So now in this case, for example, I know that I want to send the king with my smash, and sometimes I'm even going to show you another interesting way to use super bowlers at Town Hall 16. You can probably even see it in my siege bar, but I've switched to a drill, and I'm going to be using the royal champion as well, all on our own. So the drill is literally going to be following the same path as my royal champion if they are focused on an isolated part, right? So you can probably see what I'm going to do over here. I've dropped my queen and my king. So the queen is going to go towards the town hall over here. The king is going to go in over here, and they're going to do their own thing. They're going to just do whatever they want to. Like, you can already see. And look at this. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Look at this. Like, it's just such a nice funnel we're setting. The queen with her frozen arrow is going to help chip away with this entire thing, and her frozen arrow can deal with the enemy king and the town hall all by themselves. It's not a problem at all. We're going to use a royal champion to get this deeper defenses over here, and of course our king is just going to help to coalesce the entire funnel together, while also providing that initial tanking that your bowlers so desperately need. And you can see he is literally being the source of of all the tanking. Like, he is tanking that X-bow. Our queen and royal champion perfectly safe, and I've just now dropped my drill. So that royal champion and that drill, they're gonna go crazy in that core. She's practically got a diggy with a spirit fox on her. What more could you want? With a skeleton spell, those guys are unstoppable. And look at that. Look at the wave we've kind of created, and how all of our components are moving together. This is so important on so many bases. If you watch some of my older videos, you'll already know. We've got the bowlers going in over here, Royal Champion with the drill over here, Queen over here, and of course Warden funneled this out at the beginning, and they're all attacking the base simultaneously. The base is literally unable to keep up with you, and this is so important. Like, there's nothing the base can do. Look at how we're just changing our rages continuously. Like, the defenses literally do not know what to target. All three of our bowlers are still perfectly healthy and alive, and that backend is just toast. Royal Champion practically full health. Our drill has kind of just popped. Queen is also still alive just because of the power of that frozen arrow. I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on it. Especially when you use the Queen in isolated areas like that where the damage is not very high on her. By which I mean, even if the damage is high, make sure it's only one defense that's targeting her at any point of time. That is very important. So even if it's like an enemy hero or something, make sure it's only the enemy hero that's targeting her. There's only one exception to that, where she can use her Invisvial, of course. So you can use her over here, like the enemy king and the town hall were together. So I just use her ability, because the moment there's two sources of high damage on her, the frozen arrow will not help you. And it's okay, don't worry about it. That's when you're supposed to use your Queen ability. It's the second life for her, but keep an eye on her as well. That's probably the biggest tip I can give you with super bowlers. So very complex plan, I realize, but you just need to identify the base according to like what it is that's there and how you should part your super bowlers. So yeah, that's about it. Like, this is all our super bowlers really needed to cover. Our Royal Champion came and easily handled this. And notice this, if you want to replay this one from the very beginning, notice the order in which I placed my heroes. I noticed that my Queen can be placed a little bit further over here because she's out of the range of the X-bow, and the moment I was sure my King could start going right, I just placed him so that he could start tanking the ground X-bow deeper in the base. So my Queen and Royal Champion stayed perfectly safe. Some small things like that, they can just help you so much with your attacks, I swear. But that's another very clean triple. We'll move on to one last attack for you guys and call it a wrap. Last base for you guys, and it's another super duper toxic base. You can already see it, the triple single inferno, that Invis tower onto town hall. This was meant to be an anti-root rider base, but we've got super bowlers and our heroes are very capable, as you guys have already seen in the previous three examples. So just consider your three approaches once again, from here, or from over here. Very quickly, I'm not going to go into too much because I've already given you guys many examples in the past. It's going to be difficult to do this approach because the Queen is not going to be able to get the town hall easily. Open corners over here on the sides, not easy at all. Consider this approach. It's going to be difficult, I'm telling you right away. Those two ricochet cannons, you could very easily lose a lot of resources. You're going to lose wall breakers, ice golems, and even possibly your warden ability very early. There's no guarantee of what's there in the clan castle. It's very close to the entry point as well. Imagine the possibility where you get frozen with ice golems in this area. Look at the damage that's there around you. Not worth it. So you can see what I'm starting to do over here. I'm starting to set up a funnel to enter from the edge of the base once again. It's the only option we have. Once you just eliminate two of the bad options on the base, right? The third option is all you got to start looking at, and that is the thought process that I have on these bases. So you can see over here what I've done is I've actually just done a nice simple warden walk over here, and I immediately noticed, right, like as soon as this mortar gets cleared, look at this value I can get with my flame flinger. I will get literally all of this, and then the Yetis will probably help me a little bit more and grab something on the right side as well. What more could I possibly want? It's already making this base so much easier. So now all that's left is, okay, I'm going to be entering from over here, right? Question, should I use my king or should I be using my queen to funnel? I'm just gonna pause the base over here just like this for a few seconds. Think about it a little bit. King or queen to funnel, you're going to have to use one of them. You don't have an option. There's just so much of trash over here. So the correct answer in this one is going to be the king, because look at this X-bow. As I was saying, if there is two defenses on your queen, make sure that she's going to be able to quickly get to them, or if one of them is high damage, right, make sure that she's able to use her frozen arrow on them. And the moment I leave my queen over here, she's going to be targeted by this expo for so long. She's going to obviously lose her ability before she gets to the expo. So my only option over here is to use my king for the funnel. But it's fine. It's going to be a little bit more difficult in terms of timing, but with the help of that Yeti, we should get it all perfectly down, no problem. I placed my bowlers pretty much over here rather than placing them over here, so that encourages them to walk a little bit deeper in the core. And now once again, look at this. Look at what we've got set up over here. The king will actually be able to go in and get the town hall all by himself. And even if he doesn't manage to do that, look at how I've placed my jump spell. I'm hoping that these guys eventually pass through this compartment, and the queen, as I was saying, sometimes your queen needs to reach things that your bowlers can't. So only the queen will be able to grab the town hall, and look at how I've placed my jump spell for exactly that reason. And if you're worried about the queen not moving there, look at what our flame flinger is doing. The flame flinger is getting rid of this area. No reason for our smash to not move up towards the town hall like that. So just these very small things, that's all you need. But anyways, like those bowler bounces, right? They managed to trigger that invis tower for us, and this king can just go hard. He's gonna grab the town hall, no problems at all. It's just gonna be perfect, literally perfect. He's gonna get the town hall. There's no doubt now. There's literally no doubt about it. Perfectly timed warden ability. I protected my queen, and then the freeze to follow up as the warden ability is wearing off. You can just literally zoom out and try to have a look at everything that's happening on your screen at once if you find it difficult to do that during your live attacks. So just again, small tips that I can hopefully provide that will help you in your own attack. But these are just the ways that I try to look at bases that I fight. And once you identify, like, okay, if this is the base I'm fighting, is this approach good? Is this siege good for this base accordingly? What do I do? Like which hero do I use to funnel? This is also an option. Don't always think you need to use your king to funnel. Don't think you need to always be using your queen to funnel. Sometimes get creative with it. Just understand what's left on the base and how your bowlers can pass through certain areas with 3 wall breakers and 1 jump. And of course, most importantly, decide the funnel that they need. Understand, sometimes a flame flinger is good, sometimes the queen is good, sometimes the king is good. So once you get all of those things down, once you just get used to it, like the power of your heroes as well as how those bowlers move, there's nothing that's going to be able to stop you. Like these were all 4 very creative attacks, all of which I tried to use my heroes in like very different ways. I'm sure you've never seen anything like this before with bowlers. Very creative ways that I myself have come up with, and I hope you guys can find these cracks useful as well on your own basis. It is a bit of a longer video, but these are cracks that I myself have invented. You will not find these anywhere on the internet. So yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. This was a proper, I guess, like advanced guide I would consider on how you can probably crack a lot of bases that are there, which can be very difficult for Super Bowler Smash. Get creative, understand the value of your heroes, understand when to use the king, the queen, the RC, yes, literally even the RC sometimes to funnel, and be flexible with your siege choice. Don't always use the flame flinger. It is the most powerful siege, everybody will agree. But yeah, just get creative and have some fun out there. We've got a new bowler level. So yeah, that's about it for me. See you guys in the next one.